What is good, y'all? It is Big Chloe, aka Coach Chloe from Drench Games, and today I'm finna get some started new on this channel. Um, as y'all know, the video game Maximum Football, they just pushed that shit back, so I decided to make my own league, both in NCAA 09 and Madden 09. So I'm gonna get into the specifics, the history, all of that. I already done played a few seasons now, but this season is gonna be more of a style. Documentary style. This is gonna be more of a documentary style series with highlights. The pro league that I'm doing is gonna be a little bit more in depth, but I'm gonna get to it right here. So let me get into it right here. These. So let me. So let me get into it right here. These are our conferences, and you see right here, we have 6 conferences on the screen, but I actually created 10 in total in the game. So this is on the screen, but we actually have, I think 10 or 11 I created in total, but these are the conferences that matter. We have a Power 4 structure, and then 5, and the other 2 conferences that are outside of that Power 5. So first we're going to start off with the South 6 Conference, really like a SEC style conference here. We got the Fort Station Bulldogs in Missouri. Where is Fort Station? I made that shit up. North Gabriel, don't mind that. North Gabriel, actually in the northern Kentucky area, surprisingly. What is the University of Gabriel? He was a doctor. He decided to make a college, I guess. Shout out Gabe. We got the Northern Mississippi Muskrats, no miss, like Ole Miss, but no miss. We got the Pensacola Beach Pirates, who actually have won this conference a lot in the past. We'll get into the history more in a different video. Then we got Alabama CSA, the Kings. What is CSA? College of Science and Art, some shit. And then we have New Orleans Tech, the Stingers. They sting your ass, but they haven't been very good in these past couple seasons. Then we have the Grandview Chiefs. Great program. I'm not gonna get into all of them. Then we got Osage in Missouri, the Bears, kind of like the doormat team in the college. In this conference. And we got the Bay City Rockets, the Collinsford Cowboys, the Jasper State Lions, and the LeBeau University Warhawks. Now, there's going to be some realignment and some mix-ups later on in the series, but we won't have to worry about that at the current moment. Then we got the Atlantic 8, kind of like an old school Big East kind of conference, maybe, something like that. So we got Ohio Baptist, the Saints. Then we got Washington Courthouse, that's where they are, the Tigers. Then they got the Westport Patriots, the Hammond A&M Titans. Then they got the Hilton State Sharks down there in South Carolina, the Fairlane State Fleet in Tennessee, the Roxborough University Bearcats, the Hilton Tech Dolphins, the Darwin Ballish Dragons of West Virginia, and the Oceanfront Tide all the way there in VA. Then we have the Frontier Conference, which is like our Big Ten conference here. Then we got Michigan AC, the Bears, Agricultural College, I guess. Then we got Fayette in Ohio, the Bengals. Where is Fayette? If you know, you know. Then we got Indiana Northwest, INWU, the Wolfpack. Then we have the Lakefront Blue Wave up there by Chicago. We have the Charleston Tech Hawks, West Virginia. A lot of teams in West Virginia in this. Then we have the Donatello Terps down there in Kentucky, Lebanon, Kentucky. Shout out to Turtle Man. Then we have the Central Kentucky State Stallions, another Kentucky team. They love football and basketball down there. Then we have the Cordona Angels of Illinois. Then we have the Upper Peninsula Huskies, and to close out the Milwaukee Christian University Tribe. And then our first West Coast conference here, we have the WEAC, the Western Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. I just was coming up with shit, guys. I smoke a lot of weed, so I was just coming up with shit. But we got St. George University in Utah, the Eagles. The Central Texas Wildcats were actually the champions last season. They beat the Fayette Bengals of the Frontier Conference. took that home. And we have the Omaha College Elephants up there in Nebraska. Why are they in the Western Conference? I don't fucking know. I'll have more lore on it. Then we have New Boston Coyotes, NBU down there in Texas. Then we have the Miller Springs University Broncos in Arkansas. The Visa State Red Devils in Texas. And they have the Napa State Phantoms in Utah. The Sedona Owls. The Catalina College Rangers in Oklahoma, that is. West Station in Kansas, the Racers, actually Fourth Station, the Bulldogs, their rival. Then we have Pocatello Tech, the Fighting Spuds, out there in Idaho, and to round it all out, Denver CSA, the Mustangs. This is more of a Western Conference, but the farthest east team in this would be either Arkansas, Miller Springs, or Omaha College. Either way, they produce champions every single season, it seems like. Then the privateer conference, which is basically, so in this game I replaced a lot of FCS schools. I have a few Canadian schools, but this is my non-conference in a sense. So I have Saginaw State. They've been very good these past couple of years. Southern Indiana State down there in Harrison, Indiana, somewhere. Then we have the Lindbergh Diamondbacks in Ohio. Then we have the Rose Arlington 86ers. Then we have the Terra College Growlers up there in Michigan. Then we have Ormento in Illinois, the Lynx. And then we have Milner State in Iowa, the Rams, but they probably won't be in this conference the next season. Then Belle Isle Tech up there in Michigan, the Bayhawks. Helton, the Rockhoppers. Shout out to them. Perrier Eastern in New York. Western New York, that is. And to round it out around that conference, we have the Indianapolis Christian Lancers. And the final conference we are going to discuss in this video. We got the Rock Hill State Panthers in South Carolina. The Rock Hill University in South Carolina. And I would just say one thing about Rock Hill, they are a QB factory. In our league, in my pro league that I have, I've exported draft classes in the past, and Rock Hill just seems to produce a lot of great quarterbacks. But more on that later. Then we have the Bristol State Warhawks, down there in Bristol. Then we have Central Carolina, the Mavericks, Yardford, the Wolverines up there in PA, the Delaware Tech Spiders, who are actually kind of like the kings of this Ocean Atlantic Conference. And then we have the Linton Leopards, a lot of good teams that passed this past season. Columbia State, they're great in their own ways, I guess. And the Berlin Bulldogs. We will actually probably see some gameplay in this season, but I'll get more into them later. And we have Vermont. They just started their program. We will have more information on them eventually as the series goes on. And then to round out these last two teams, we're going to discuss the West Virginia Tech Jaguars and the Garofalo Shoremen. So we will see a glimpse of some of these teams, not all of them. This dynasty, this first season, we'll be focusing on one team, and that team is Northern Gabriel. So we will see how they fare in the South Six Conference. There's also going to be a lot of storylines, a lot of creative things I'm going to be doing in this series. So just get ready for it. I'm excited, and I will be back with the first episode of that dynasty. I'll see you then. Big Chloe for Drench Games. Hey, do your thing, play your games.